Have you ever walked out of a Pilates class and thought, this is so amazing. This is what I'd want to be doing for a living. I would be so much happier. But maybe you feel that I'm in my 40s or I'm a bit older and I'm not quite sure that this is going to be the right path for me. I've already got my path set out. I've got a job, I'm settled, but I'm feeling miserable. Pilates is the only thing that keeps me going. Pilates is my life. I feel this is the one thing that really helps me get on with my life. And if this is something that you're truly feeling, you're not alone. This is how many people enter the Pilates industry as a profession. This is where many women, just like yourself, are probably feeling frustrated and anxious about the current situation and the current lifestyle they have, and feel that this is going to be a brilliant opportunity for them to become Pilates teachers. This is how many of us have started. And if you're currently watching this video thinking, I really don't know whether changing career at this age is going to be a great idea, I've got news for you. This is probably going to be the best idea that you've ever had and the best step that you've ever made. The Pilates career gives you entry to so many possibilities, and more importantly, it helps you earn money by doing something that you absolutely love. So if you're interested in this video, I'm going to show you how this could be the most amazing step for you at this stage in your life. Yes, you heard me right. This stage in your life could just be the perfect time for you to retrain and change profession and be happy in what you're doing. If you don't know me, my name's Anita Horry. I'm second generation Pilates teacher, teacher trainer, and a business coach for all those Pilates teachers who want to make this world a better place. I also serve as a Pilates teacher training program reviewer for the Pilates Method Alliance, which is the largest organization for Pilates in the world. I'm also a regular contributor for the Pilates Journal, the largest Pilates magazine. So I want to go through some research with you and show you how a Pilates teacher training journey that lasts around 12 months is going to be a career change that you're never going to regret. It's also going to help you earn income into your retirement age. Maybe you're interested in only working a couple of days a week or maybe a few hours a week. This career makes it possible. I used to be an accountant before I became a Pilates teacher, and I totally hated it. I felt miserable, I had put weight on, I ended up having injuries, and I really did not like who I was becoming. Pilates was my savior. Admittedly, I was younger, but since then, fast forward 20 years, I have a Pilates teacher training school that supports women like you, women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s even. I've also got students who are in their 70s doing Pilates teacher training because they believe that not only is this going to support them get better income, but it's also going to help them achieve a better lifestyle and have better lives, have better body awareness, and help themselves and their families. Many of my students take on Pilates teacher training not just for the financial aspect. They want to enter longevity in a healthier, fitter, and more robust physique than when they were younger, in their younger days. So these people are stronger. They have better mobility, better understanding of their bodies. They have more stability. They're not going to end up being fragile as they get into their osteoporotic years, and then understand that there are things that they can do with their bodies to help them have better longevity in their lives, to live longer, to enjoy their families. And that's why they take teacher training courses. So if you're already liking this video, I'd love you to hit the like and subscribe. And of course, ring the bell so that you get notified for any other updates that I have online. Now, if you really truly want to make this journey, I want to just give you a clear view of the roadmap that you would be going through if you had to take on a proper comprehensive Pilates teacher training course. So let's first start with the fear that many women have when they're over 40 and they're coming into a Pilates teacher training course. So the biggest fear is, oh my goodness, I feel that I'm too old. Everybody's going to be 22 and a contortionist. I'm going to be so stiff and immobile, and I'm definitely going to struggle to catch on with the teacher training. These are real fears. And yes, let's admit it. This is something that happens to us as we get older, purely because we feel that we are not as we used to be when we were younger, when we were 22 years old, when we had more energy and more maybe joie de vivre in life. But it's not to stop you from taking on a new career. Let's have a good reality check. You are not the outsider here. Actually, you are the norm. One large study of Pilates clients found that most people in studios are actually women in their midlife. A huge number of people enter the Pilates industry not because they were gymnasts in their past life or they were swimmers or ballerinas. They came to Pilates because they had back pain or posture issues or stiffness or feeling that they're just needing to work out, but they don't want to be going to a gym or they don't want to be doing yoga. And then they found that Pilates ticked all the boxes. So this is the reality of the life we're living nowadays. It is more women in their midlife that are entering into Pilates for the real and right reasons. There was a 2023 systematic review that identified that Pilates can improve the quality of life. It can reduce pain and disability. It can increase strength, flexibility, and joint mobility. And it supports better balance and mental well-being for women across different ages. And then another review done in 2025 looking at older women found that Pilates can actually help with balance and fall prevention, strength and flexibility, mood, sleep, and overall quality of life. So if your body's saying things like, I want to feel safe again, I want to feel strong again, I want to move without this constant ache in my body, I want to be able to push things through, but I don't want to be going through a big, hard gym workout, you know that Pilates is for you. Pilates is one of the most supportive methods of movement for women over the age of 40. It helps you with your everyday life. It is the most available functional movement that there is out there. There's also been a clinical trial for middle-aged women with lower back pain, with chronic lower back pain. And yes, Pilates has been found to support these women as well. This trial actually proved that women who did Pilates created better strength, better mobility, and better quality of life than just doing physical therapy alone. So you are not too old to start with Pilates teacher training. In many ways, this age actually puts you in the sweet spot. Why is that? Because you're way wiser and more intelligent than the 20-year-old you. This is a stage in your life where you know what you want and you know where you want to be heading. So being in this position and still having physical fitness, or maybe a relative amount of physical fitness, is exactly that sweet spot in just being someone who's just wanting to do Pilates for the fitness element of it, and versus someone who's maybe gone through a lot of pain, gone through a lot of injuries, and now they're in a stage where they are going to find it way harder to move, way harder to even find strength in their body. So the older we get, the harder it's going to become for us to get into that daily routine of physical fitness. Being in your midlife is going to be the best space to allow this strength to develop at a rate that you can sustain. You know, your body needs this work, and your clients will certainly appreciate someone who can actually understand their particular stage in their life. So think about it. If you go to a doctor's surgery and you see a doctor that's just come out of university, maybe with such a baby face that you think whether or not is actually qualified to do his job, the same kind of experience happens to us as Pilates teachers. So the more seasoned we look, the better outcome we have for our clients. Our clients are going to trust us more because they understand that we know where they're coming from. And there's another thing, we understand all about stress, all about kids, menopause, and all the other daily issues of everyday life because we've lived them. So why so many women actually change careers when they're over 40? Let's talk about your career because really, essentially, this is what's really underneath this question. Research on midlife women has found that women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s are leaving traditional jobs and moving to more flexible, purpose-driven work. And the themes around them changing jobs are all about wanting more autonomy, wanting more meaning, and needing work that fits around their health and family. And the recent UK study also shows that women in their 40s are now way more active than some women in their younger age groups. They're choosing things like Pilates because it protects bone density, posture, and longevity. So this is something that we know we are attracted to. In our 40s, we're wanting to be stronger, we want to have better posture, we want to have better strength, and we want to look after our bone density, our bone health. So that's why being in your 40s, getting to train as a teacher, helping others in your similar age just is a no-brainer. This is the path for you. So now if you're feeling this pull of, I want to do something for myself, I want to do something for my own body, and I want to do something that really works with my own values, this isn't selfishness. This is you really looking after your future self and making sure that you help others by finding the right balance of working out and learning on how to help them. Now, Pilates teaching sits right in that pathway. Pilates teaching is going to give you the health and movement. It's going to help you create a community and give you meaningful and flexible work. And this is especially true when your training has a real strong pathway and it's not just a weekend course and doing Pilates. Guys, there's such a difference and discrepancy in many Pilates courses nowadays. Unfortunately, Pilates is not regularized. And because I sit on the ITTAP panel that reviews teacher training programs who want to be certified, some teacher training programs just do not hit the mark. There are so many teacher training programs that are such skeleton programs where they only show choreography. Choreography is not going to change a body. Choreography is going to look pretty, but it's not going to make the transformations that truly Pilates does. So let's make this practical. I want you to answer some of these questions as you listen to me. When you're in class, do you secretly teach in your head? Do you catch yourself thinking, if she shifted her pelvis a little bit, that would feel a little bit better? Or she's hunching a little bit too much when she's doing the exercise. You're starting to notice others around you. You're starting to mentally start adjusting them in your head, or maybe criticizing them and identifying their faults, right? So let me ask you something. Are you a person who encourages others in this world? Are you a person who loves to help others? Are you the one people come to for support? Maybe a listening ear or a gentle nudge? Do you crave more flexibility in your work life? Do you feel you need a little bit more autonomy? Maybe you want free mornings. Maybe you want school hours work, that's all. Maybe you just want to work weekends or evenings. Whatever it is, Pilates teaching meets you right there. Pilates can be taught in studios, it can be taught online, it can be taught in community halls, it can be taught in many, many different ways and patterns. You could also be doing Pilates retreats and travel the world while getting paid. How's that for a profession? You can build it part-time, full-time, and shape it in any way or form. Now, are you willing to become a beginner again? Are you willing to put the hours in that truly, essentially is required to become a fully comprehensive Pilates teacher? You know that a serious training is going to ask you to study, to go to tutorials, to practice teaching, to observe other teachers, to maybe take an internship in a studio and teach at the studio, to even practice in your own body. So you have to feel the method in your own body. This is what's required from a serious Pilates comprehensive program. Now, maybe you're scared of the idea of a program that's going to hold you accountable, but you wouldn't want it any other way. You know that if you're going to invest in yourself and you're going to invest in becoming a Pilates teacher, you want to be one of the best. You want to be one of the best around you, and you want to be able to hold yourself accountable for all the work that you're putting into it. And yes, it's not easy. It is a 600-hour program. The program that I offer is 600 hours. It's one of the most intensive and comprehensive programs that you're ever going to get, but it's going to be way worth it. So internationally, the NPCP requires you to have 450 hours of training to become a Pilates teacher. My program requires 600 hours. Why? Because I believe that to be really completely comprehensive, to understand how each exercise is built from very simple movements, how there are building blocks between a beginner exercise to an intermediate, then that advances into an advanced exercise, and how everything integrates from the mat to the reformer to the Cadillac to the Wunda chair and the barrels and all the other different pieces of apparatus. How to work with different people, different populations, working with children, working with prenatal women, working with postnatal, menopause, working with back pain, working with athletes, working with any kind of demographic population you choose to work with. This requires time and effort, but it is doable. This is the most amazing thing about it. It is totally doable. I have got students from all over the world who are specializing in many different forms and many different demographics. And this is the beauty of it, because they are earning a living, loving what they're doing. They're earning a decent living, loving what they're doing. And they are also working out, getting the benefit of Pilates in their own bodies. How much better can it be? Now, let me give you a quick recap on what our 600-hour program looks like. So it is generally a 12-month program, purely because we want amazing teachers. We don't want teachers who are just the run of the mill. We want teachers who completely understand the body and understand how they're going to transform the client in front of them. In the teacher training journey, our students are going to be covering the mat work plus the full studio apparatus. We'll work on the reformer, the Cadillac or the trapeze table, the chairs, the barrels, the armchair, spine corrector, and all other small pieces of apparatus. And all within the classical Pilates system. Classical Pilates system means that we are as close to the work of Joseph Pilates, the creator of the method, as possible. We work with the exercises that he's created, and then if there's any simple adaptations for the exercises, we also show you those exercises so you are familiar with them, just in case you need to use them for special populations. We organize your journey into 3 sections, 3 studios essentially. So in Studio 1, we teach the foundational material. Here we take you from somebody who just loves Pilates to someone who's starting to learn how to read a body, who knows way more than any other ordinary person knowing Pilates. So you learn about the history, you learn about how Joseph Pilates transferred his knowledge to his students and how his own students transferred the knowledge to myself, and then how I'm transferring it to you. You're also going to learn about how to integrate the pieces of equipment together. Why does a mat exercise feel so hard, but when I'm doing the same exercise on the reformer, I seem to be a little bit more supported. Or if I'm doing the same exercise on the Cadillac, I feel that I can connect more than if I was just simply on a normal mat. These are all the questions that you're going to get answers for. In the foundational stage, you're also going to learn the classical mat and basic apparatus repertoire. You're going to build your own body awareness, and you're going to find out your own strengths and weaknesses, and more importantly, how to fix your own weaknesses, how to support your weaknesses, and really build on your strengths. You're going to start practicing simple cueing that's going to be supportive, focused on breath work, proper alignment, and more importantly, how to learn about more stability in the body. And you're going to start practicing simple cueing and observation in a very supported, non-judgmental environment. We are here to build each other up. We're going to be able to support you in a way that you've never seen before. The group classes are so small. We have maximum 10 people in our teacher training sessions, and most of the time we have about 6 and 7 students at a time. I like to keep my tutorials small because I want to give the chance to every single participant to first feel the work in their body, teach the work to another person, and learn from me in a very much more private way rather than just being a number in a class. In Studio 2, we're looking at progressions, and then we're looking at advancing more on the foundational stuff that we've already learned. So in Studio 2, you're going to be learning your intermediate work on all the pieces of apparatus. You're going to learn more about common issues. You're going to learn more about how to develop more strength, more stability, and now comes the two-way stretch, meaning that length, that opening in your body that's going to help you develop more movement, more stamina, more agility in the work that you're doing. By this time, I've had enough experience working with real bodies under supervision. In the final stage of our teacher training program, which is Studio 3, we look at the advanced repertoire. During the advanced level, we're also introduced to other pieces of apparatus, and these pieces of apparatus are so crucial in the Pilates world, purely because they are going to be the ones that are going to integrate everything together. We're looking at baby chair, the armchair, the jump board, the magic circle. We'll be looking at the neck stretcher, the toe corrector, the foot corrector, the beanbag device. All these are classical Pilates pieces that really help you as a teacher to change the body that you're working with. And I truly mean this because I have had so many case studies, not just from myself, but my own students. Only this week, one of my own students has shown us results from an MRI where she has helped a scoliotic client reduce their scoliosis degree by 5 degrees, 5 degrees over a period of 6 months. That is an amazing achievement. And this is what abilities you're going to learn and develop. These are skills that you're going to develop to help others around you. And how amazing is that? To be able to help others get a better life, get a better lifestyle, and have a better quality of life in general. Now, how do you get supported through your work? So we have 3 intensive weeks throughout the year. Next year, in March 2026, we start with the beginner level. Then we have a full week of tutorials learning the foundational work. In July 2026, we look at the intermediate work. That's another full week of tutorials. And finally, in October 2026, we will look at the advanced repertoire. In between these times, you have plenty of time to train, to practice on the equipment, to learn from me, and also to teach others and to observe me teaching others and observe other teachers teaching the classical repertoire. During this time, you are preparing yourself for your exams. So for example, in July, you're going to be preparing yourself for the exam for Studio 1, for your beginner level. And then in December, you'll be doing your exam for your intermediate level. Then later on, you'll be practicing and developing your knowledge to be able to sit your final exam, which would also include a case study. A case study means that you're going to be focusing on one particular topic and you want to develop a Pilates program for that specific topic. This is all with my support. Don't worry, I will be with you throughout the whole year. I have weekly mentoring meetings. Every week, we meet every single week to discuss our progress, to discuss the program, to discuss any particular case studies with our students, with our clients, and develop better awareness of the method and better understanding of how to become better Pilates teachers. Now, what is the most amazing part of this? The teacher training tutorials are done at the Costa Blanca in Spain. We are 1 hour away from Valencia and Alicante, so you could choose whichever airport you choose to come to, and you will totally be looked after. We will take you to the studio, we will practice together, we will train together, we'll do our tutorials, and once the day is over, we come back to the finca, we'll chill, we'll discuss a little bit more Pilates, or maybe we just want to go and sunbathe by the pool. You could decide if you wanted to rent a car and visit the area, or just want to connect with the other people in the group and maybe just enjoy your time away from your family in a very peaceful and tranquil environment that is so apt for this course. The energy here is amazing. I really welcome you to look into more detail about the teacher training course in the link below. All the details about the course are found below. I'd love to support you further. If you did like this video, guys, hit the like and subscribe. And don't forget to ring the bell so you get notified every time I upload a video online. Until my next video, goodbye for now.